for joining us today. We are live. The time trial is on its way, and I need to get a picture quickly. This is what I want. This is what I want. Stage 13, the race of truth, the Tour de France. And behind me is Remco. Let me see if I can let you see Remco behind me. There we go. There's Remco behind me. And like I said, this is the race of truth. It's a 13-kilometer time trial that starts off fairly flat. Like the first 2 to 3 kilometers, I say 3 kilometers is where the climb starts. So far, 19 riders have, no, 64 riders have finished, 19 are on the course. So, we got like 100 and something riders to get through. Luke Plapp has the fastest time at the moment with 24, I think it's 24 minutes and, so it says 24 minutes and 58 seconds. Lenny Martinez is on the course. He is 10 seconds down on Luke Plapp on the timing point 2. And then he got within 9 seconds on the timing point 2. So if the question is, will he be able to get that 9 seconds back coming to the end? He's pushing really hard, like he's really going for it. The other thing is he's lost the polka dot jersey, obviously, to Pogacar, because Pogacar won the stage yesterday. And if he can finish in the top, like I think it's the top 3 or something like that, or top 5, he'll get some more, points towards the mountain jersey classification. The other cool thing about Martinez being in the polka dot jersey, he's riding up in the polka dot jersey, because obviously Pogacar is wearing the yellow. So it's crazy. It's like you've got the biggest fan club, because the organization goes along and passes out the polka dot jerseys to the fans. So as he goes up the course, you would see nothing but polka dot jerseys the whole way, which is so cool. So, and this finish is just like, it's basically just a wall. It's like 12-13%. That in the last, like, I think it's like 300 meters of the finish. And it just, even one rider was zigzagging, but the early riders are basically enjoying themselves. Yeah, one rider, as he was coming up, knowing he's not going to be in contention, and throwing, popping a wheelie. And then you have Biniam Gourmet, high-fiving the fans along the side. So the riders that are not going to be in it to win it are definitely trying to enjoy the day. So yeah, so that's what the TT is looking like. We got the big boys. They're going to be much later today, because it's going to be a sort of a long day. So we will see what happens later. I mean, I don't know. I don't think this is a Remco type of day, because of the climb. But the interesting thing that Luke Plapp said, that after doing because he said the fastest time, but he said after doing the course, like if he was in contention, like in their GC, he would have rode a time trial bike, because the first part of the time trial is 3 kilometers, is flat-ish, where you can get a lot of gains and stuff. And he said then even the early part of the time trial, even the early part of the climb, you can actually ride it like up until at least you can see the little red point up there. At least up until this point, you can be in the time trial bike, because of the nature of the course, because it's more of a tempo climb in the early part of the climb, before it actually gets steeper towards the end of the climb. And he said he doesn't think there are going to be any guys changing bikes, and he thinks that the top riders will ride in the TT bikes. So that was just like, just some words from Luke Plapp and what he thinks. And so far, the riders that are going, it looks like an interesting course. So Lenny Martin is pushing. Can't see, he's got 1 kilometer to go. So we'll see if he's able to take the lead over Luke Plapp. He's running close. He was 9 seconds down at the last checkpoint, and we'll see if he gets it. So he's 1 kilometer to go. He's about to hit the Flamme Rouge, and then after he hits the Flamme Rouge, it's all on the play. So he needs to get there. He's tracking about good. So Luke Plapp is 24:54. He's at 22. So he has 3 minutes. So it's about three minutes a kilometer. So if it's all in that last 300 meters, because it goes up so steep. So he's going to be close, and it all depends on how we know he's a pretty strong climber, Lenny Martinez. So we'll see if he could get that. And what we got to my man So Lenny Martinez, staying on Lenny Martinez, the other cool thing about Lenny Martinez, this is Lenny Martinez, and this is his dad. That is super cool. What is super cool about this is his dad has worn the polka dot jersey, and his grandfather also was a top Tour de France rider as well. I can't remember what they said if his grandfather uh, wore the polka dot jersey as well, but it obviously runs in the family, and is a generational talent. So that's pretty cool. I mean, his dad, he doesn't even look like his dad. He looks like pretty good looking young man, his dad. So anyway, that's Lenny Martinez. That's who's on the course right now. He's 1:15 ahead of. He's got a minute and 12 to get to the finish line. Is he going to do it? And he's going for the number one spot. He's pushing hard. That must be in his ear. He must know he's close. So now it looks like he's just. Did he hit? No, he hasn't hit the steep pitch yet. I think he's about to hit the steep pitch right about now, and he has 54 seconds to get up this thing. It's going to be close. It's going to be really close because this is the hardest part. This is definitely the hardest part. I mean, he really has to dig deep if he's going to make this get it into the number one. And you can see he's really stumping on the pedals right now. I mean, Lenny Martinez is stumping on the pedals. He's got 30 seconds to get to the finish. It's 31 seconds to get. See how much is this? 200 meters to go, and he's got 26 seconds. So he needs to do 100 meters per 10 seconds. He's getting out of the saddle to sprint. I mean, his legs are burning. He's giving everything. 17 seconds. It looks like he's just going to miss it by that night. He's out of the saddle. Lenny Martinez is out of the saddle. Is he going to get it? 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 He's coming close. He's coming close. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And it's going to go right on Lenny Martinez. Oh, so Luke Plapp's going to stay in the lead for now. So Lenny Martinez looks like he's going to finish with the same time that he was at the time gaps. And he's standing out of the seat, and it's got 9 seconds, 10 seconds. So he's lost mostly all of that time on that last bit of the climb. I mean, it is beastly. It is super steep, and it's that's. I feel for Lenny. I was hoping he gave everything. So he finished 20 seconds down. He's in second place. So he's come close. So Luke Plapp and Lenny Martinez are like minutes ahead of everybody else on time. So that those times will probably stand until the big boys come out later. So that's who's just finished on the course. He's in the polka dot jersey. He's only wearing it because Pogacar in the yellow jersey. So they have to have all the jerseys worn. So Pogacar can wear all of the jerseys. Did I put it on there? I know I didn't put it on there. I didn't. That's crazy of me. So let me put up this. Oh, there it is. I did put it up there. This is Roglic yesterday. Roglic is my guy after this. I love cycling, but I don't like the elitist culture of the cycling. Whereas there are kids that I know that are really talented. There are kids that I met and I knew from like other Caribbean islands, from other countries in Europe that were talented. But because the sport is so expensive and it's hard to access, where am I going with this? It makes it hard for them to get into the sport, and things like people. Some of the comments that people were saying about like having no socks. Oh, that's not etiquette. Oh, no socks, no socks. How would everybody who thinks that you need to have the latest and look like everyone else, and you're more concerned with looking like everyone else than out there riding your bike? Why are you even riding your bike? Why are you even doing the sport? You have to look a certain way to enjoy the sport. Man, I love this sport. I love the sport, and I love it to death. I don't need the latest equipment. I still ride windbreaks. I have mechanical. I have mechanical gears. I have a carbon fiber bike, but it's probably from like 2008 or something. And I get the miles in. I did a zone 3 ride this morning. I do a zone 2 ride tomorrow. I'm getting everything I need from that bike, and trust me, when I am back in form, I will kick ass. I don't need to have the. It's like this is what I get from this. Like Roglic is really just enjoying the Tour de France. He don't care about what anybody else has to say. He knows he's not a top contender. So all he's trying to do is enjoy the sport, but he has to deal with people that care more about aesthetics and actually the sport itself. So that's just a big shame that sport is lean so much that way. Whereas if you showed up to a group ride and you didn't have this bike that Roglic has, and you had like my bike and some older gear, then guys are like looking at you like, you sure you're in the right spot? That bike looks sort of outdated and stuff. You're going to be able to keep up, and just stuff like that. And I remember when I started cycling, I had a really nice bike at the time. I had some arrow rims and everything, and had the latest like STI shifters. I think I just got Kempe Racket. It just come out with they had just come out with the ergo shifters and everything. My bike was dialed. Went out on this group ride. And there was a couple old guys in there. Must have been about 60 or 70 years old, and they were on their steel bikes, down tube shifters. Looked like they had tubs on or tubular tires. Not tubeless. Tubeless, and if you know the difference between tubeless and tubular, but and I think one of them still had a hairnet on. What's a hairnet is the hats that basically it's just pieces of leather strips that run on the thing. So they had the hairnets on. Let me show you what a hairnet is. So this is the hairnet, basically. So basically, they showed up with this, and I had on my latest, I think it was my Giro helmet or something, and I was like, these are old guys who are going on these bikes. Man, they were at the front, setting the pace. I was looking at, like trying to look to see who had the head of the line and what's going on. These old guys were putting they were putting the smackdown on us, man. I was like, what the heck? And from there, it made me understand. Sorry, it has nothing to do with the bike you're riding. These old guys, like they were ex pros, but they just their life. And long as you keep riding, you're gonna keep going fast. And boy, after that, I never looked down on anybody's bike or anybody's gear ever again. So for all the people looking down on Roglic and talking about his sucks and all that, Roglic will kick your backside inside and out on any day. The man is enjoying himself. He loves the sport. I love his comments at the end of the stages. I don't think a video is going to play. I this no, cause no, it's not even showing. Not even showing. So I don't think no. Well, but I would love to play the video of him after the race. Let me just see if I could play it on my other phone, just so you can hear what he said. The reporter said, Roglic, about your socks. What was the deal with your socks? So this is Roglic had to say about his socks. Let me see if I can. I have to put it near the. Yeah. So
your socks. Can we get a comment on the style of today? Yeah, I mean, but it's hot now, so yeah. I work on it for the summer a bit without the lines, no?
that was me laughing.
Can we get a comment on the style of today? Yeah, I mean, but
You can't see.
it's hot now, so yeah. I work on it for the summer a bit without the lines, no?
That sucks that I can't put the play thing at the same time. But he said, yeah, he's getting ready for the summer. He doesn't want that tan line anymore. So obviously he's having jokes, and it's just cool. It's just so cool that like I just love the fact that he just doesn't care and he's going against the trend. And obviously he upset a lot of people that are like into aesthetics more than cycling. So that's just that part. Love you, Roglic. I love you for that, and totally enjoy listening to his comments. And I mean, from the Giro to the Italia to now to the Tour de France, some of his comments are just like I call them the Primo's parables, and like he just says what he needs to say, and he is so flipping cool. I love him. You gotta love him, man. I mean, you got to love him. So real quick, 1989, that was me. I thought I was so fast. The crazy thing about this is when I had just got into cycling. I had no real form at all, but I just came from BMX. So I didn't really have form. I just was good on a bike, and I thought that by me having this disc wheel, I think it was an 18 spoke front wheel or tubular tires, and there's an arrow helmet. You can't see it because I'm looking forward. I was like, man, I'm going to be so fast because I got the gear. I got the gear. I had that Mavic, and this is the bike shop I work for. Wheels, it's called Wheels. And I got on that time trial bike. I got in that time trial. I think there were 50 guys in the time trial, and I think I finished like 48th or 47th or something like that. Because I thought for sure I was going to. I said, man, look at this. I got this. Thousand at the time that was like 1,000 US dollars or something like that for that disc, or probably even more. And I'm like, nah, I'm gonna be smoking. I'm gonna be smoking. This was just before TT bars really was taking off, and I got my ass handed to me. I got my backside handed to me. This is like I said. This was back in 1989, before I really understood like cycling and how to actually produce the times and stuff that you needed. But I just thought that would be fun just to show, just as something to laugh at. And then let's look at our contenders for today. Remco. Will Remco be able to take care of the business today? I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I would love to know what people think. I'm sort of mixed because we know that he can go against the clock really well. You know, it's like it's almost when it comes to a time trial, it's like the clock is his friend. But this is uphill, so I'm sort of mixed. I don't even have I can't get a read on him because of the way he time trialed. I mean, the way he performed in the stage yesterday. So I can't really get a read on him. But then he performed outstanding in the first time trial. So it's like, so you performed well in the time trial, but then you didn't do so good on the big mountain stage yesterday. And this is a mountain time trial. So I am conflicted. I'm not quite sure. I mean, I would love to know what people think. Do you think Remco has it to at least even finish in the top three? Do you think he could beat uh, Vingegaard today? And but I, when they were showing the times up the climb, I think he was only like 10 or 12 seconds down on like Vingegaard for time going up the to Hotakam yesterday. So he was going pretty good. So it's going to be a close one. So, but obviously Poggi is the favorite for tomorrow. The other person to look at is Lipowitz. It's how is Lipowitz going to do? Like this is like these guys tend to go well when they are on the in the climb in a group when they have someone to follow because it's like someone's pacing them. But then when they get against them, when they have to do it themselves and they don't have someone to track them, to follow and stuff, it they tend not to do so good. We saw that in the Tour de Suisse, where João Almeida was able to come from behind and just annihilate Kevin Wenkelin because Kevin Wenkelin, like as long as he was on Yao's wheel, he can stay near him. But not having that person to face him, it was a completely different story, and Yao Almeida destroyed him. So it's my same thing that I wonder about Lipowitz. Will Lipowitz be able to still, produce what he needs, being out there on his own? So this will be truly a task for him. And we got Jonas Vingegaard. How is Jonas going to do? How is Jonas going to do today? Is he going to be suffering from putting in such a massive effort to try to keep up with Tade and not lose any time to Tade? Because even though he finished down 2 minutes, he still had to put out maximum effort not to lose as much time. So as much effort as Tade put out, the same as Jonas Vingegaard. So they're all going to be in the same boat. So nobody's going to be fresher than the other. And obviously Tade Pogacar, he's going to be probably the favorite for today, especially after yesterday's performance, which took him to 20 stage wins. That's 20 stage wins for Pogacar to date. So that's going to be if it could be 21, and the talk is how quickly will he get Mark Cavendish's record. And the other thing is he going to go back to back. So he won yesterday. Is he going to be able to win today? I mean, I would love to know what you think. No one's talking to me today, leaving me hanging today. That's okay. Got a couple likes. I really appreciate that, though. So that you hit the like button. Let me see. Is there anything else on here? It's a picture of me fixing the bike, but no, you don't want to see that. But anyway, the time trial is on. We got quite a ways to go till we get to the big boys of the day. I'm going to go outside. I need to get a few more. I need to complete one of my circles. So I just need to. Oh, did it complete it? Oh no, it's almost complete. So I just got a little small gap. I just got to go. I'm going to go to the supermarket so I can complete my circles on my Apple Watch. And yeah, so we did a zone 3 ride this morning. That was good. That was good. I've never really done any structured rides before, so this is the first time I'm actually looking at the numbers and just checking out what's going on. So we did a zone 3 ride this morning, and I didn't realize how much effort you have to put in to stay in zone 3. I really didn't. I guess it's just something that I took for granted when I used to train and stuff. And then, and I have a question I'm going to post. I might do a video later. Most people, like most guys that I know and girls that I know that race, they rely a huge amount on the group rides for training. And very few people go out and do a zone 2 training ride. And very few people that race understand how important that zone 2 is, being able to do that zone 2 ride. Um, and Pogi, if you got someone like Pogacar preaching about how much he does zone 2 right, I don't get it as to why riders don't implement implement that into their rides more. I understand everyone's busy and time constraints and it's different things today, but even if it's for an hour or two, if you could get like at least 2 or 3 rides a week where you're at zone 2, you would definitely benefit from it. But it's like something that people, it's like they almost don't even consider it to put in them zone 2 rides. And I'm just wondering why, if people don't put in the zone 2 ride, firstly it's because they don't have enough time, because zone 2 rides tend to be like to get a really good effective zone 2 ride you need to do 3 to 4 hours, and that's like when you can really start um, building up a good strong like resistance, and like it's all types of things that I was reading, like why zone 2 is important, and how it helps the muscles, and how it enhances recovery and getting rid of lactic acid when you actually have to use it during a race and stuff. So my other thing is why I think people don't do zone 2 rides is because it's boring. They don't have the discipline to stay at, like, if like, because it's pretty low on the heart rate. So my zone 2 is, I believe, is 125 to 135 beats per minute. So, and if you're younger than me, it's going to be a little bit higher. But to ride zone 2, like for most people, it's like that's like you're literally twiddling, and you like you can talk and have a conversation. You can probably, I don't know, do a jigsaw puzzle on your bike. It's riding at such a relaxed effort, and I think that's the hard part for people, is that if I think people feel like if they have a 4 hour window to do a ride, I'm gonna go and bang out. If I do a 4 hour ride and I do 60 miles at zone 2, I'd rather do 5 hours and do a 100-mile ride with a little more intensity. And I think people think they get more from that than they do from the zone 2 ride, and not understanding the benefits of it. I used to do some mega zone 2 rides, and not really understanding, but I think I got all of my information from like the different big writers at the time. I read their books, I read their news articles, clippings from Velo News back in the day, and how they trained, and I focused on that. I really focused on that. So Zone 2 was a big part of how I trained, and it made me a pretty good time trialer. So I'm gonna try to get that back, and I'm gonna try and go for my age group, like maybe in a year or two, like in the TT, and then maybe a couple of road races. I'll probably try to come back out and go for my age group. But I'm really focused right now, and keep your eye on this spot. I'm coming back to re, re as if you any of you know the uh U.S. politicians, I can't remember her name, but I'm reclaiming my time. I'm reclaiming my time. It's time to reclaim my time back on the bike, and like because trust me, life is feeling really good on the bike right now. Last year this time I was in the hospital with a thing called acute respiratory failure, or sarcoidosis, basically was the name for it, where stuff was just filling up my lungs and I couldn't breathe. And now it's getting back to, so yeah, I'm on a mission. I'm on a mission. So my birthday is August the 9th. Hopefully I get to go to somewhere like out the west. I went to Stelvio the last time. I don't know, maybe Stelvio or Motorola. I may go do that again. I want to, go see Hotakam or even what's the other place that I wanted to see? Um, oh, I can't remember. I can't remember the name. There's a couple other places that I went to. The Tourmalet, different places like that. Like just so I'm not quite sure. So we'll see how it goes. Or maybe just go down to Spain and see Sierra Nevada. But that time of the year, Spain is incredibly hot. But anyway, Gran Canaria is also an idea. But anyway, we will see how it goes. We have Pet 3. He's on Senegal quick step. He's on the course at the minute. He's at 8.7 kilometers to go. So he's on the flatter part of the course and he's on the road bike. So it's going to be really interesting to see. So we got Jonas Abrahamsen coming in and he's like, during the crowd, trying to get them to wave him on. He's 3 minutes and 26 down, so he's nowhere close on GC. So he's coming in for 15th fastest time. So your leader on the board right now is Luke Platt, followed by Lenny Martinez. So yeah, I think that's going to be it for me today. So look for the video review that I'm going to post later today. So hopefully you can check that out. So you see Michael Storer and Alaphilippe sitting down with their ice vest under the tent, waiting for their chance to go. I'm surprised to see Michael Storer so soon because he's finishing. He's pretty high up on GC. So I thought he'd have been starting later in the day. So I guess he's just sitting down there at Alaphilippe and stuff. So Alaphilippe is pretty far down on GC. But to see Michael Storer there already, I'm a bit surprised to see that like in that area, in the staging area. I thought I would think he was back in the bus because it's going to be a ways before he starts. It says yet to start. We have still has it says 81 finished, 70 yet to start, 20 are underway. So we got, and then I think pretty soon, like right now, I think it's still a minute in the starts, but then pretty soon it's going to start 2 minutes, and then I think it goes up to 3 minutes, and then there was a cutoff time for today, which was 30% of whatever was it 33% of whatever time the winning time was. And because of what Pogacar done yesterday, they've reconsidered and said, okay, it looks like Pogacar's blazing. We can't, have guys not finishing the tour. So they've changed the cutoff time from 33% of the winner's time to 40% of the winner's time. So basically, hopefully that should help everyone stay within the time limit and no one gets cut. The other person is Brian Coquard. Looks like he mashed his finger pretty bad because he started the race with this massive splint on his hand, and today is going to be his last day of the Tour de France because he's going to go off and have surgery tonight. But I think if I was having surgery tonight and I was him, I probably would have rode as well. I said, what the hell? I'm not going to sit around and wait for surgery if I can ride my bike up until I can't ride it no more. So basically, he's going to go off and have his hand worked on. And Brian Coquard was the one who was in the accident that took out Jasper Philipsen. He's got a yellow card, and everyone's been saying that he has not been the same since he got the yellow card because he doesn't want to get kicked out of the race. And him getting a yellow card totally changed his whole, his whole that's what that is. Changed his whole demeanor and like he hasn't been as aggressive as he was when he first started the race. So and then the last thing before I leave, Sunday, I'm looking forward to this this documentary about racing, like the racing scene in Africa, and because the World Championships is in Rwanda, so it's a bit of a documentary. So I'm looking forward to that to see what that's going to be about, so I can give my thoughts on that and stuff. So yeah. But yeah, this is too small for me. I wish it fit, man, because if it fit, I'd wear this. I'd definitely wear this. I think this is so cool. I'm so old and retro. I'm a Gen X. I know. I'm sorry. But anyway, that's it. The time trial is on. We got 70 more. We got 60 more. 69. That's when I was born in the year 1969. That's the omen. So we got 60 more 9 riders to go. And we will see you. Hopefully, we will see you later when you check out my review. And then also, we will see you tomorrow live to just give a talk about anything that came up like during the day. And also, I just sort of like briefly recap the day before. That was Primo's. Let's see. I think there was something else that I did. Oh. So, and this kid here, his name is Samuel Privetera. It says rest in peace. He lost his life in a crash just before like Tadej Pogacar did the stage, and Tadej Pogacar, pretty cool guy. I mean, that was pretty thoughtful of him to say, like the last kilometers, his Samuel was I think it's Samuel Ali, or I think it's Samuel. He was in his thoughts for that last kilometer, and like because it's never nice to see someone in the sport, especially someone as young, and as you never know what type of talent they were going to be or what they were going to do to influence the sport. So obviously our hearts go out to his family because it's never nice to lose a family member, anyone, or death is not nice no matter what circumstances or death is not nice. And he's such a young kid, man, only 19 years old. That's crazy, man. But anyway, sorry to end on such a somber note, but yeah, just hearts go out to his family.
Come to the top with Lydia. I don't know if Johnny understands well, but
So let me just play this for you before I go. Pogacar, and it's like this is the second time where a rider has said, like, because first it was Matthew Van Der Poel and his teammate Ricketts said, "Yeah, I want to get on the podium," and and he was saying it as a joke. And Matthew went and really rode hard that day, so Ricketts got the combativity award. And here's Pogacar talking about like he's talking to Johnny, and it's like, Johnny, I was just joking, but Johnny, anyways, let's hear.
I don't know if Johnny understands well, but we were joking. I mean, joking. We were talking a little bit like Dauphiné Friday, but yeah, I was not expecting that we would really do this as a Friday of Dauphiné, but I guess Johnny doesn't take jokes, and he launched it super hard, and I was like, okay, and my microphone was not working, so I could not say anything. So I was like, okay, I follow Johnny, and yeah, we went, and then I committed, and then when I saw that it's so long to go, I was like, okay, it was similar 3 years ago. I was alone suffering the last 10K, so better be in the front in the lead than suffering than on the back foot. So I was happy with the ride, and I managed to come to the top with good gap. I don't know if
So it's crazy that he even has the talent to even like talked about it. And it's one thing to talk about something and then to do it. That's pretty amazing. So hats off to Pogi and Johnny Navarez. Like some of the videos I've seen, it seems like Johnny's a really funny guy. He's a really cool guy. So, but yeah. And it's to be Say With Your Legs Media. Remember to wear your helmet when you're on your ride. I'm gonna buy it. See if I can buy a hairnet that fits because I really like this. Because if I get one, I'm gonna wear it all the time. I don't care what people say. Hairnet is dope. Anyway, instantly Say With Your Legs Media. Go and enjoy the time trial stage, and then look for my fantastic review of the stage later.